I talked about this show before in another video, and it's one of my favorite shows. I like it, and it has two seasons. It premiered in 2021. Each season so far it has 8 episodes. So the first season premiered in the fall of 2021. The second season was the fall of 2022. It's available to watch on Peacock if you haven't seen it, or if you have seen it and you just really like it and you want to watch it again. I don't blame you because it's that good. So the question comes down to is there going to be a season 3? And if so, what are we to expect from it? Well, according to Digital Spy, it says One of Us is Lying, season 3, potential, release date, cast, plot, and everything you need to know. Now, I'll tell you, so as the article is going to progress, as I progress in the article, there are some things that I'm going to purposely not read to you because it spoils some of the ending to season 2. And there are some friends of mine who I got to start watching this show. They haven't gotten there yet. So I'm going to do my best here. So just bear with me. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. So check this out. Our prayers were answered when One of Us is Lying returned for a second season. It would have been cruel not to, giving that season 1 cliffhanger after all. Yes, we finally found out who killed Jake. And yes, we know who Simon Says is. But this show refuses to let us rest peacefully because season 2 has left us with even more questions than the last time. The door has been left wide open for more stories from the Bayview High group, though given Karen McManus has a third novel on the way and taking into account the bloody cliffhanger season 2 inconsiderately left us with. You know, let me stop right there right quick. I'm glad they put emphasis on that word. I'm glad they said inconsiderately left us with, because I mentioned this type of thing before when I was talking about the End Game. Not to be confused with the Avengers End Game, but I'm talking about the TV show called The End Game, where it was only a 1-season hit, 10 episodes. The end of the 10th episode left us with at least 10 to 15 different questions. So I've talked about that in another video, and if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. So I kind of digress a little bit. So I'm glad because it's ridiculous that shows do that. And especially when you leave a season with a cliffhanger, or you end the season on a cliffhanger and you don't continue it. Like there's no movie, there's no second season, it just leaves you with questions that are never answered. So I'm glad that was in there, and I'm glad that was addressed. Now, so what can we expect from another season, and when can we expect it? Here's everything you need to know about season 3. One of Us is Lying, season 3, potential release date, when is it on? Currently, there's no official confirmation of season 3, but the season 2 finale left plenty of room for it, and there's been some chat from the showrunners about continuing the story. In an interview with TV Line in October of 2020, Erica Sally, I'm just going to say Sally for now. I know I'm probably pronouncing it. Let's just say Sally for now. Erica Sally assured fans that she's up for round 3 and already has plans in mind. I definitely think that we have another new mystery and introduce some more evil elements at Bayview. What deeper evil is lurking underneath the surface in Bayview is something that I'm really excited to explore in season 3. What we can tell you is that 1 and 2 debuted on Peacock in October of 2021 and 2022, respectively, before dropping internationally on Netflix. If the production pattern stands, we predict a similar autumn debut for its 3rd season in 2023. I gladly await that. The cast, who's in it? It's more than likely the core cast of suspects. It's more than likely the core cast of suspects will be back for season 3, should it be given the green light. The Bayview 4 includes Bronwyn, played by Marianne Lee Tajada. Some of these names I know I'm going to get wrong, so you're going to have to bear with me. Nate, who was played by Cooper Van Grudel. Addie, who was played by Annalisa Cochran. And Cooper, who was played by Chabukum Yuch, or Yuch. We'd also expect the return of supporting characters such as Vanessa, played by Sarah Thompson, Cole, Joel Witkowski, and Maeve, Melissa Colazzo. One cast member who definitely won't be returning is, I'm not going to say because, again, I'm not going to spoil anything. Season 3 plot, what will happen? This show loves a murderous cliffhanger, and season 2 was absolutely no exception. Okay, I'm going to skip some of that because it's giving away some stuff. And again, if you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it. I'm not going to, I mentioned earlier that somebody was killed, but I don't really continue. I'm not going to say that I consider that really spoiling because a lot of that was shown during the trailer and like during the commercials, the ads and stuff. So if you've at least seen the ads, I mean, you've probably seen that even if you chose not to watch the show. But to those of you who probably don't plan on watching it if you don't like this type of genre, I mean, it's whatever. If you're not into the whole, it's mystery, it's thriller, it's suspense, a little bit of horror. So that's kind of what that is. Now, the Murder Club attempt to move on with their lives as the season comes to a close. And I'm not going to read that part either. Because let me just tell you this right here. Let's just say this. Because to some of my friends who are in the middle of watching this, maybe this will kind of help speed it up and just catch up because you have to see how season 2 ended. You have to see it. I'm going to say this. So these students who attend Bayview High School, so it's a group of guys and a group of girls. It's a group of guys and girls. So one of the girls who was going out with one of the guys, boyfriend and girlfriend, he gave her a necklace. And it just seemed like everything was like happily ever after. And then it cuts to a scene where it's a bloody crime scene. And we don't see a body there. We don't see a body. What we do see is the necklace that girl had received from her boyfriend. And then it cut to end credits. And of course, there was like really sad music. So now some of you are saying, oh, you just spoiled it. No, because I'm not saying any names. I'm not going to say who it was. I'm not going to say if it was one of the main characters or one of it could have been one of the supporting characters, one of the recurring characters. Not saying all that. I think it's really interesting, and the third season cannot come fast enough. Now, I don't know how long this show would go on for. I don't see this being like I don't know if it's going to like people are going to win an Emmy off the show or anything. I think the third season would be the last season. If they do not, I cannot stress this enough. Please, to the writers of the show, do not leave this on a cliffhanger. I think people are tired of it. I think people are disgusted by it. People are irritated and infuriated by it. What does it do? They've done that. They've done that with way too many shows and movies. They've done that with way too many episodes of many shows. Let's not do that. So the bottom line is this has been a really good show. It is a good show. I kind of want to go back and rewatch the first 2 seasons. I think I might do that. Because I do that with a lot of shows anyway. I don't care. I like them. So just know that. So season 3 is expected to come in this fall of 2023. Hopefully October. Maybe if we get lucky, it might be sooner than that. Anyway, check the show out. It's available on Peacock. So far, there's 2 seasons, a total of 16 episodes, 8 episodes per season. One of Us is Lying. Check the show out. Available on Peacock.